Gotcha, bitch!
What's going on, everybody? This is your dude, Mr.OBJective here. Hopefully I didn't scare you too much at the beginning there, but I hope you were having a beautiful day. So as you can tell by the title today, we are going to be talking about some of the scariest places on Earth.
Jesus Christ.
First on the list today, in this extraordinary list of freaky fucking places that I'm probably never going to visit in my lifetime. First one is the catacombs of Paris.
Oui, I smell like pee-pee.
You know, I always wondered, do French people actually take showers? I'm concerned. If you're French, please leave a comment below. So these catacombs, right? They're underground ossuaries in Paris, France, which hold the remains of more than 6 million people. And they're actually just a small part of the ancient mines of Paris tunnel network. So just to drop a little bit of knowledge on your noggin, an ossuary, it's either, so it could be a number of things. It could be a chest, it could be a box, it could be a building, a well, a site. So for instance, for the Paris catacombs, it's their actual little, like, not buildings, but they're little, like, cemetery things built purely of skeletal remains, so just human bones. No thanks, dude. So this ossuary was founded when people in the city of Paris, they had two big problems that happened kind of around the same time. So there was a series of cave-ins in the mines beginning in like 1774, and the overflow of cemeteries, a particular cemetery called Saints Innocents. So after that happened, pretty much like nightly gatherings of people moving bones from like 1786 to 1788, where they transferred remains from cemeteries there to reinforce the tunnels. So, you know, they used human bones to keep the walls up. How about, no, dude? So as years went on, they continued to just add more bones to it, you know, to keep the walls up. You gotta keep them up somehow. And this place actually became a tourist attraction in the early 19th century and became open to the public in 1874. So, you know, to this day right now, you can go to Paris in these tunnels and see actual skeletal remains of actual people, which is, you know, fuck yeah, dude, my type of party. All right, so up next we have a creepy one. It's the little small island located between Venice and Lido in the Venetian lagoon in northern Italy. It is called Poveglia. I'm saying it wrong, but fuck it. So this island is first mentioned back in some documents of back in 1421. So when people fled to this island to escape barbarian invasion. So in 1776, the island came under the jurisdiction of the Public Health Office there in Italy, and then became a checkpoint for any goods or people. Any transport of goods or transport of people. Not like slaves, okay? Like people that are like visiting or whatever. Going to and from Venice by ship. So shortly after that time, this little island became just a little quarantine station for ships that would pass through Venice. And actually right after that is when shit went down, cuz! It was in the 18th century when two ships that were docked there were discovered to have a very infectious disease, right? So what they did after that, they shut that island down, they quarantined it off, right? And basically everybody who had that disease was then sent there to basically die, which is where the legend comes from, that terminally ill Venetian people waiting to die would go there so then they can go back to the island of Venice and haunt people. One stinky winky. Oh, you thought we were done? Nope. So in 1922, this island became home to a mental hospital where the doctor here allegedly experimented on patients using crude lobotomies, which are lobotomies, they just basically just dig in your brain and make you like mental. And then after that, it was said that he then threw himself from the hospital tower after claiming he had been driven mad by ghosts. What the f? Next up on the list, we have the Edinburgh Vaults, which are a series of chambers found in the 19 arches of the South Bridge in Edinburgh, Scotland. So for around 30 years, these vaults were used to house a ton of different things. So they housed like taverns, cobblers worked there, other tradesmen worked there, used as storage space. And you know, on top of all that regular shit, they stored dead bodies there. And by them, I mean serial killers that were known as Burke and Hare, who did medical experiments on people and killed them. They stored their dead bodies there. So, fuck it. So by 1795, these vaults became flooded and then soon became abandoned. And then after that, they gradually, all the businesses that were down there left. The rooms were all emptied out. And then soon that place just became like a slum for everybody, pretty much. So people took over the vaults. It kind of became the red light district of the area, with countless different brothels and pubs and stuff that were kept down there. Living conditions, of course, as you can imagine, living underground pretty much. Rooms were damp, dark. There was no windows, of course. You were living underground. Poor air circulation, all that sorts of stuff. So many of the rooms that were down there housed like families of 10 plus people. So you can imagine the type of crimes, you know, murder, robbery that happened down there. And then you had those insane serial killers down there, and they actually were said to have hunted for their victims down in those vaults. So hell no. Last one on the list today isn't that bad, but it's the Queen Mary. Some of you may know about this ship, but it is a retired ocean liner that sailed from 1936 to 1967 until it was docked in Long Beach, California, where it rests today. So this ocean liner did a bunch of different things. It was a luxury ocean liner, so it took people on cruises and stuff like that. And it also transported prisoners of war and soldiers during World War II. So it is unknown how many people died on the ship during that time. But it was said that at least 49 passengers and crew have died on that ship during its time as a luxury ocean liner. So one specific part of the vessel is cabin B340, which I believe has since been renamed. That's the one that is said to have been very haunted. People have been murdered there, apparently. You hear sounds of small children and nursery sounds, which to me is the most terrifying thing of anything, to be honest with you. That, dude. So that wraps it up for this episode of Scariest Places on Earth, where we visited a ton of fucking places that we should never ever go. Can we agree, please? I mean, maybe the catacombs of Paris. You know, that's like a tourist attraction now, really. But it's still human bones. I can't even imagine. It's nuts. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you would like to hear or watch more of these with your eye holes and ear faces. And, you know, I enjoy hearing from you guys. Love to respond to all your comments. But as always, this is your dude, Mr.OBJective. And you already know, cuz. Be you, be awesome, be brave. Peace.
Surprise, motherfucker.